Hello, my friends. And since February is upon us, I had a choice of doing one of the few games that I have in my Steam library. Galgun was one of them. One Chambara was another. And Princess Kaguya was along that choice of games I was going to do for February, but well, come on, this is pretty damn sweet. The song is pretty damn sweet, and so I decided to do a visual novel. Now, for those who remember me doing Tokyo Tokyo School Life, this is somewhat of a sequel to Tokyo School Life, which is called Kyoto Colorful Days. So let's look into the options before we actually do anything else. Yeah, okay. That's all it is? Okay, that's fine. Well, let's fire this up like so. Give me a second here. Okay, I had to get rid of that flicker because that flicker was just making no damn sense. Anyway, let's start this up, shall we? Please enter your name. This is not my name. No, we're going with the name that's always been my name. Because it is my author name. So let's go with that. Ichigo Musuko, reporting for duty again. Made it. I get off at the station, set down my luggage, and heave a sigh. The sound of cicadas reverberates shrilly in the air. Their strident cries impress upon me all over again, and I'm far from home. Some other sounds are making me even more fatigued. Just being in an unfamiliar land is tiring, even without doing anything. And it'll probably be all the more so if I can't find... if I can't... if... And it'll probably be all the more so if I can't find... I can't communicate as well as I hoped. It's no use just standing around. First things first, I'll go to the inn. Looks like the sun's about to set. I coax my protesting legs into action and set off towards the town. Kyoto. Japan's former capital, and one of the world's most popular sightseeing cities. How do I put this? It really is different in reality. Not like I come here completely ignorant of the place. But the real thing is different. And to be honest, I never went to Kyoto. During my travels in Japan, I never went to Kyoto. In fact, my grandfather has something of a connection with Kyoto. So I probably have a deeper knowledge of Kyoto compared to any of my friends from my hometown. She must be a Maiko? No, a geisha? No, a geisha? Should have looked up the difference. even though I've only just set foot in Kyoto. It's refreshing how different everything is to my home country. That sense, my mother might have been right, suggesting I come to this unknown land. Right. More importantly, I gotta find this inn. With the address in hand, I'm just setting off, walking again when... Ow. Go-men! Go-men nasai! Oh, she's wearing kimonos, so some people really wear them in everyday life. Oh, sorry, I'll help you pick it up. No, it was my fault too. Wait, my stuff fell out too. There'll be no laughing matter if I lose something on my first day here. Together with the girl, I help pick up our scattered belongings. After we've got everything, the girl checks over the ground around us. Should be. Yeah, probably. I answer as I stuff my last item, a Kyoto sightseeing guide, back into my bag. Can you stand? Here, take my hand. I hold out my hand to her, and the girl takes it without protest. I pull her up to her feet. No problem. And I'm sorry, are you hurt? Okay. With that, she sticks out her right hand. What is this? Although I may be a bit rude, I can't help but stare curiously at her outfit as I return her handshake. The vivid colors of the kimono beautifully offset her dark hair and eyes. Letting go of my hand, she holds up the sleeves of her kimono and twirls around on the spot. She points towards a shop on the corner of the street. Over there? Yeah, I can read it. Yeah. Nice to meet you. She beams at me. So, I just tell them I'm a friend of Akane's. Got it. Should have said earlier, but I'm Ichigo Musuko. I just arrived here today. Yeah, I was just on my way there now. I think it was Ukiyo-en? Sure, but... Leaving me with that, she hurries into the restaurant she said her family owned. After a while, she returns to my side. Okay. Go where? Sorry, but I'm kind of tired, so I want to get to the end as soon as possible. You mean you'll show me the way? It's okay, you don't need to. If you insist, okay. I thought we already called it even. She smiles wickedly. I don't trust that. There's a devilish smile if I did see one, isn't it? But Akane pulls me by the hand and sets us walking towards the Ukiyo. That took no time at all. With that, she marches inside the inn. She calls out an elderly man. Pops his head out from inside. Why does this remind me of those early 90s anime? I mean, it just strangely reminds me of those early 90s anime. You know, the ones that just came over off the boat. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Hey, konnichiwa.
I don't know, the anime, the style here reminds me of Deltora Quest. Now, if you can remember that anime, you know where I'm coming from. Seemingly acquainted with one another, the two exchange brief greetings. Indicating me with a wave of her hand, Akane introduces me to the man. She gotta do her job, man. She gotta do her job. I don't know why, but she strikes me as, like, a close resemblance to Ariete, too. The elderly man scratches his head as he laughs wryly. He turns to me and lowers his head in a bow. Thank you. Do you have the key to my room? Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Ichigo Musuko desu. My grandfather spoke very highly of you. Bowing my head, I introduced myself to Kenichiro. I ended up lowering my head right back to him. I guess this is it must be by bowing. And as I told most of you before, you don't bow your head deeply. When you bow, you keep your eye on who you're bowing to. Like, the bow is a deep nod. But it's not like... Because you always have to keep your eye on who you're bowing to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, lockpick Jimmy, yeah. Ichiro offers his hand to me.
おじいさんには前にえらいお世話になりやした。私のことはケンって呼んでもらったらええです。君には難しい名前ですやろ。
No, that ain't difficult for me. Okay, Ken, it is. I'll be bothering you here for a few days.
知り合いの？
前に彼のおじいさんがうちの従業員に英語を教えてくれはってたんや。
He was an English teacher, yep.
へえ、そうやったんや。そうやったら今度うちにも教えてもらわんとな。
I can almost see a light bulb appear over her head as Akane responds with a mischievous grin.
疲れてはるやろうからまた今度な。
まあ、それもそうやね。長旅やったわけやしな。
Well, you know, 8 to 12 hours go a long way from every time. Akane doesn't seem particularly attached to the idea as she backs off easily. Then with a bow, she says her goodbyes.
ほんなら、うちはこれで失礼します。
へいへい、おおきにな。
Thanks for showing me here, Akane. I find myself bowing along with him again, and Akane leaves with a final wave of her hand.
ここで立ち話もなんやからお入りになっておくれやす。
Okay. Thank you. I follow Ken as he shows me to my room at the ukiyo-e.
どうぞ入りはってください。
Ah. Thank you. Ken shows me to my room. It's a new experience stepping inside a Japanese room for the first time despite having heard so much from my grandfather. Alright, you sit on the floor rather than on chairs. Out of habit, I looked around for a chair, but then I remember hearing that people in Japan often sit on the floor. I stowed my suitcase in the corner of the room, and then sat down on the floor. The coolness of the tatami seeps into my legs, alleviating the heat of the outdoors. This feels really good. I could just sprawl out here.
別に寝転がってもろてもええよ。
That does sound enticing, but before I forget, willing my entire body to stay upright, I rummage around in my bag. I have to give Ken the gift from my mother before I forget. It's in here somewhere. Aha! Here it is! But, although I find the gift I've been looking for right away, where's it got to?
なんや、あったんかな。
My wallet. Oh! Right, I must have dropped it when I bumped into Akane. I think back on what had happened when I knocked into Akane. I was sure I picked up everything, but since my wallet isn't here, maybe I actually missed it. Anyway, I gotta calm down. I'm sorry, I seem to have dropped my wallet on the way over here.
ほんまか。どこで落としたいうのわかりそうなんか。
Yes, right by Asahiya.
そうやったら今ならまだあるかもしれまへんな。ここはええよって探してきなはれ。
Sorry, I'll be right back. It's not here! Although I look all around the area, when I bump into Akane, I don't find my wallet anywhere. What should I do? Losing my wallet on the first day is no joke! Oh, Akane's place is around here, isn't it? I look for the sign saying Asahiya, then go into the restaurant. Excuse me! Is Akane here? I rush inside with a hurried greeting.
あら、お嬢さんのお友達ですか?
Yeah. I've been dubious about whether or not my Japanese would be up to scratch, but it seems like my first shot has hit home. Well, part of me wonders calmly at how we rise to the challenge when the chips are down. And another is thinking how to respond. The woman goes on.
えらい申し訳ないです。お嬢さんはついさっき店のようで出かけてまいりまして。
I see. Calling on Akane had been a faint ray of hope, but now that she's not here, I have no idea what to do.
なんや、急ぎのようでしたやろか。
The truth is, I explained to the woman about how I bumped into Akane and seemingly lost my wallet at the time.
え、お財布ですか?
Yeah. At hearing the situation, she covers her mouth with surprise.
わかりました。お嬢さんが戻らはりましたら伝えさせてもらいます。
ありがとう。
お客様、念のため交番に行かはったらどないでしょう。もしかしたら誰か届けてくれてはるかもしれまへんし。
And so the search for the wallet continues. Oh. PlayStation? Now that she mentions it, isn't there a myth that if you drop your wallet in Japan, you'll definitely get it back? Okay, I'll try the PlayStation.
そうしはった方がええ思います。お客様のご住所、お嬢さん知ってはりますか?
Does she know my address? Yeah, she should know that. She should know the address of the inn I'm staying at.
わかりました。お嬢さんには私から必ずお伝えさせてもらいます。
Arigato. After thanking the woman again, I head for the nearest police station. My last hope. So it's not here. It's a little after the woman at Akane's restaurant suggested I try the police station. I've just been told by the police officer that my wallet hasn't been handed in to them. So what should I do now?
そうですね。とりあえずカードとかを持っているようでしたら、まず止められた方が。
Identity theft. Makes sense.
あとは、そうですね。大使館にご連絡をされるとか。
Makes sense. I see. The embassy, huh? Okay. Although, isn't the embassy in Tokyo? I don't have the money to suddenly go off to Tokyo, and I'm worrying over what to do next when I hear a girl's voice from behind me.
はい、何でしょうか。
さっきお財布を拾ったんですけど。
Wallet! Without thinking, I spin around violently to face the girl. Come on, man. While apologizing for unintentionally frightening her, I look down to see my wallet clutched in the girl's small hands. That's it! That's my wallet!
本当ですか?
It is! My ID's inside, so you can check!
なるほど、なるほど。ちょっと失礼しますね。
The police officer takes the wallet from the girl, opens it up, and checks the ID inside.
確かにあなたのお財布みたいですね。
Yeah, it's my wallet! Arigato! Arigato gozaimasu! I excitedly clasp the girl's hand and thank her over and over again.
持ち主が見つかって本当に良かったです。
Although she looks a little bewildered, she responds with a bright smile.
じゃあ、お二人とも、ちょっとお手数ですが、書類だけ書いていただけますか。一応、決まりなもので。
Sure thing.
わかりました。
じゃあ、こちらね。この欄には、
Some time passed. I really owe you big time, Madoka. It's evening. and I'm walking through the town with Madoka, the girl who found my wallet. Since I wasn't fluent at reading kanji, Madoka had explained to me in English how to fill in the form. I don't know the names of universities in Japan, but it seems like she's attending a famous university nearby.
いいんですよ。お財布の中を見たら外国の人みたいだったから、きっと困ってるだろうなって思っただけで。
Uh-huh. Today's drink, Pepsi. Madoka waves her hand in front of her mouth as she responds. Japan, I'm sorry for thinking getting your wallet back was just a myth. I apologize soundly as I watched Madoka's gesture.
あなたはこの辺に泊まってるんですか？
Yeah, really close by, at an inn run by an acquaintance.
そうなんだ。じゃあ、また会うかもしれませんね。広いようで狭い町ですから。
Yes, I'm really hoping I run back into you and your majestic rack of yours. Again. I find the way she smiles as she says this incredibly cute. Well, maybe it's just related to the fact that she found my wallet. I make excuses to myself for the thought.
じゃあ、私こっちなので、おやすみなさい。
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for today.
いいえ。それじゃあ、おやすみなさい。
With another bow, Madoka goes off into the direction of her house. Time passes. Whew! That was delicious. I really should eat something. At Ken's recommendation, I had taken a bath before devouring the dinner laid out for me in my room. Oh, everything had been delicious. You can see the food spread out ready, then waiting, had given me a deep impression of the service mentality of Japanese people. Takane and Madoka were both really helpful too. I think back on the two girls I met that day. They have both been incredibly kind to me. A complete stranger. I feel like I get why Grants was so enamored with Japan. As I'm thinking about this, I hear Ken's voice from outside the sliding paper door.
開けさせてもろてもええやろか。
Yes, I'm decent. Oh, Ken. Domo.
失礼させてもらいますぜ。
The door slides open with a soft whoosh, and Ken enters the room with barely a sound.
いやー、どないな塩梅やったやろか。料理楽しんでもらいましたかな。
It was delicious. Heard about it from Gramps, but it was even better than I imagined.
ああ、ジミーさんそないなこと言うてくれてはったんやな。なんや、うちの店のこと褒められる言うんは恥ずかしいおすな。
As he chats, Ken is briskly clearing the table. She's so deft at it that it's like watching an artist at work, and I find myself spellbound.
私もジミーさんの娘さんが連絡くれはったときはさすがに驚かされてもうたな。息子さん止めてほしい言われてもっとびっくりしてしもたわ。
Ken's words pull me forcefully back to reality. And thank you for letting me know I have a trading card, Steam. moving on. Did my mother say anything about me? Not seeing a downturn in my tone, Ken stops what she's doing for a moment, looking awkward.
いや、別に何も言うてはらへんかったけど。もしかして聞いたらあかんことやったやろか。
No, that's not it. For a moment, I hesitate over whether or not to tell him the truth. It's not really something I should burden people with, and I've only just met Ken. But even though I just met him, we might be socializing over these next few days. Seems like a good person. Still feeling kind of euphoric at being in a different country, I decided to tell Ken about why I decided to come to Japan. The truth is, I couldn't find a job back in my home country.
おや、そうなんだ。
Yeah, but I did job hunting. I went to a well-known university and studied economics, so I did have offers. But every job I took seemed wrong somehow, and I soon quit. After this went on for a while, I started to think of giving up. That's the problem with most college-bound universities. After you've studied and studied, seems like you end up at a dead-end job in some strange way. And while I was being all incisive, my mother said that if I was going to mess about, why not go to Japan and broaden my horizons?
そないなわけやったんか。
So, you know where I'm coming from, Ken, right? So, here I am, posing on you. Sorry.
んや、うちのことは気にせんでよろしいよって。何より、ジミーさんのお孫さんやから、うちの従業員にもジミーさんを覚えてる人間がおるはずや。
I see. It's strange to think that there are people in this far-off country who know my gramps.
せやな。世界は広いようで狭いおすな。
Ken glances up at the ceiling as though remembering something in the past. Are you thinking about Gramps?
まあ、なんや困ったらいつでも言うてもろてええよ。ここにおる間はいつでも頼ってもろてええからええしゃ。後でまたお布団敷かせてもらいに来ますわ。
With that, Ken gets to his feet, and I finally notice that he's finished cleaning up. Sorry I didn't help at all.
ええてええて。これが私の仕事やさかい。
With a bright smile, he leaves the room. The plates rattling as noisily as he'd been quiet when he arrived. Left alone in my room, I sprawl out on the tatami and close my eyes. The cool feel of the tatami is pleasant on my back, which is hot from the warm air. Do I really deserve such kind treatment? I'm sure I'm not the sort of person people should be this nice to. Back in my home country, I had no job, no idea what I wanted to do. My friends have been nice enough to invite me out, but I'd always come up with some reason to decline. And we all grown apart. Maybe I should just live here. Here where no one knows me. Feeling something akin to confidence, I suddenly decide to myself that tomorrow I'll try looking for a job here. By the way, this is our current project right here. And these are characters that we just met not too long ago. Day 1. So the only thing I'm going to do before we actually get into day 1 properly is drop a save, like so. And just plop a save like so. And in the next part, we'll probably get into day 1 in Kyoto Colorful Days. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Thanks for watching.